okay. It should be okay. Barakallahu feek. وَذَرُوا ظَاهِرَ الْإِثْمِ وَبَاطِنَهُ. Abandon, leave, avoid the apparent ithm. What is ithm in English? Sin, iniquity, wickedness. Avoid the apparent sin and the internal sin. Not only the external sin. Not only the both. Not the outside, not the inside. That's very important. I like this hadith. You know, Allah in His qadar is amazing. Amazing. Hakim ibn Hizam, he came to the Prophet ﷺ saying to him, Ya Rasulullah, أرأيت أعمالا كنت أعملها قبل الإسلام أتحنث بها من صدقة وصيام وعتاقة. He said, O Messenger of Allah, do you see actions that I was doing before of righteousness such as sadaqah, fasting, freeing slaves, and I do it for the sake of Allah. I like the answer of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This answer proves that this Prophet is not talking by himself. No. He said, أسلمت على ما أسلفت من خير. It's beautiful. You have submitted, you have become Muslim by the reasons of good actions that you used to be doing before Islam. Yani, what does it mean? Allah knows who deserves to be attaining this great diamond achievement, and that is Islam. And who doesn't deserve it. Hakim ibn Hizam has a beautiful story also that reminds me to mention to you something beautiful. He came and said, I came to ask Prophet ﷺ to give me money. He gave me. Then I came to him and asked him, then he gave me. Then I came to ask him for the third time. Then he said ﷺ, Ya Hakim, O Hakim, إن هذا المال خضرة حلوة. This money is green, beautiful. ومن أخذه بإشراف نفس لم يبارك له فيه. من أخذه بسخاوة نفس, whoever had taken this money with يعني سخاوة نفس, that means his soul is abstaining this. He doesn't really want it, but he needs. There are people who take because their soul loves to take. Their policy in life, take as much as you can. But there are other people, give as much as you can before there is a day where there's no more giving. أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes some people when they will be dying, what will they say? Well, what will they be saying? وأنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي أحدكم الموت فيقول ربي لولا أخرتني إلى أجل قريب فأصدق. He'll be saying, if he died, oh Allah, shouldn't you be just delay me, postpone me for a period that I'll be giving sadaqah. Oh, it seems that he saw after he died the value of donating, the great value, the great consequence, the great reward of giving. So when you don't put that in mind, you don't give charity. But there are people at the moment of death, they keep the money in their credit, but at the very moment of death, give sadaqah to this man, give this. When your spirit is saying goodbye to you, now you remember the sadaqah. This is their policy. Keep the money with me. But when I die, before I die, At the moment of death, give, 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 give. But now, as long as I am sahihun, shahihun, as long as I'm healthy, wealthy, don't give. Be careful. So the Prophet said, this money is a green, beautiful. So whoever take it with abstinence, with a good soul, ascetic soul, بورك له فيه. Allah will be blessing the money he had given, he was taken. وَمَنْ أَخَذَهُ بِإِشْرَافِ نَفْسٍ, and whoever took it with a demanding soul, لم يبارك له فيه وكان كالذي يأكل ولا يشبع. واليد العليا خير من السفلى. And he will be just like the one who eat but he doesn't get satisfied. You know, once I was passing by a restaurant and I saw advertisement on the restaurant, eat and don't satisfy. Allah يخرب بيت شيطانكم. How come you eat and you don't satisfy? That means keep eating. So there is no limit. Yeah, I just read today in the news that those who suffer obesity, there are something like 6,708,000 people, 600,070,000 in the world, those with big bellies. And there's imbalancement in this world. Most of the people, they suffer and they don't have even just one pound to make life for themselves. Most of the people. But those are suffering how to lose weight. And there are people are suffering, they're starving how to gain weight. So the Prophet is describing here people who have no blessing in the food they take or they collect. And that happened with so many people. They say, Wallahi, we have money. We don't know how the money goes. No blessings in the money we have. So what is the good in this hadith? That Hakim ibn Hizam said, I swear by the one who had sent you, I will never be demanding after you. And what you said to me, I will never be asking anyone in my whole life. That's why Abu Bakr, at his khilafah, he used to be calling Hakim, Ya Hakim, this money is yours. La wallah. Umar, this money is yours. Then Umar says, oh people of Islam, oh Muslim, Ya Ma'ashara Islam, I make you witness that I offer money to Hakim ibn Hizam, then he refuses it. Hakim ibn Hizam, he fulfilled what he promised. He kept his whole life until he died. He never asked anyone anything until he died. This is Hakim ibn Hizam radiallahu anhu. Some people came to Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As and they said to him, one of them said, Ya Amr, Ya Abdullah ibn Amr, ألست من فقراء المهاجرين? Am I not one of the people of the poor of Muhajirin? He said, yes. He said, what does it matter? I don't get money. I'm poor. He said, do you have a house? He said, yes. Do you have a wife? He said, yes. He said, you're rich. You have a house, you have a wife, you're rich. He said, oh, I forgot to tell you. He said, what? He said, I have khadim. I have khadim. You know the khadim? Servant, maid. He said, then you're king. You have a house and wife and khadim, you're king. Then a group of muhajirin came to Abdullah ibn Amr and said to him, Ya Abdullah ibn Amr, Wallahi, we have no supplement. Wallahi, we have nothing to eat. Wallahi, we have nothing even to keep. Nothing. Yani zero. He said, okay, it's up to your will. If you will, I can try to find something in my house for you and give you as much as I can. Or I can write to the Sultan, to the Khalifa, etc., and he can give you money. But if you want, I have the third for you. They said, what? He said, I heard the Prophet ﷺ saying, the poor people of Muhajireen will be entering Jannah before the rich Muhajireen within 40 years. And you know what it means, 40 years. وَإِنَّ يَوْمًا عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ كَأَلْفِ سَنَةٍ مِمَّا تَعُدُّونَ. They said, no. We prefer to be patient and never ask. SubhanAllah. So the Prophet ﷺ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, abandon, leave, quit the sin externally and internally. وَذَرُوا ظَاهِرَ الْإِثْمِ وَبَاطِنَهُ. Is it this necessary? For sure. Aren't you amazed that some people, they used to be the extreme enemies of Islam and they became Muslims? Who had caused the almost big defeat at Uhud? Who is the leader? Huh? You know, if the Prophet killed him, I don't know, I don't think there is more qualified leader for the army like Khalid bin Walid. That was his talent. That was his talent. Until Allah described him that he is Sayfullah al-Maslul. The Shia don't like him, by the way. That's between me and you. They say Sayfullah al-Mashlul. Instead of Seen, they put Sheen. Mashlul, yani paralyzed. La wallah. You know, if he is paralyzed, he will be in the Sardab. Just like what they say about their Imam now, leader. No. He is Sayfullah al-Maslul. How come? He died on the bed. And there is no spot in his body, but he was injured. And he hated it. He hated it. There is no spot on his body, but he is injured. What is the good lesson of this? He died while no one broke his sword. You know, if someone broke his sword, it will be a big doubt against even Allah. How Allah classified him as Sayfullah? I mean, he paid the price of this Khalid bin Walid. He did not die as Shaheed. But people are left with their good intention, by the way. من سأل الله الشهادة بصدق بلغه الله منازل الشهداء وإن كان على فراش الموت. Whoever intends shahada sincerely, truthfully, Allah will let him reach the high ranks of martyrs, even if he died on his bed. So no one was able to say, Sayfullah, I broke that safe. No one. So Khalid had to pay the price for this. Radiallahu anhu. So guess Khalid, you know, if he got killed, what would happen? That's the qadr of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him the guidance. Despite what he did in Uhud was really injuring to the Muslims. Abu Sufyan, a great enemy of Islam. And it took with him longer in fighting the Muslims. In every fight, every ghazwa, Abu Sufyan was the leader. And during the truce between the Muslims and the Kuffar, how many years? The truce? 10 years. 10 years truce between Quraysh, between Mecca and Medina. Abu Sufyan visited Medina during the truce. Can you imagine? Abu Sufyan visits Medina. He's the leader of all the wars against Islam. Wasn't this a good opportunity to retaliate against him. No one touched him. The worst thing they said to him, Abu Sufyan, عدو الله, ماذا تفعل هنا? They said, you enemy of Allah, what are you doing in Medina? Did they touch him? Did they hit him? No. Why? They don't break a promise that the Prophet had given. They don't do that. So, but Abu Sufyan became Muslim. He died as Muslim. The Shia come and throw the doubt here. What kind of religion is this? Who deserves more to be guided, Abu Sufyan or Abu Talib? Abu Talib kept defending the Prophet ﷺ all the time. And you say he died as kafir? And Abu Sufyan, the enemy of Allah, who kept fighting against Islam, then you say he's Muslim? I don't believe in that kind of God. No. Khalas, don't believe. What shall we do? You want to go to Jahannam? I'm not going to say be my guest. No. I don't like to say it. For someone to go to Jahannam, I don't like to say it. I say too bad. Because the Muslim has still mercy. Even if those people went to hell. He says, that was an opportunity that we missed. This man was supposed to be, we're supposed to be working for him, for his guidance before he died. Some people don't have this sympathy. No. Kafir, take him, let him bring a taxi for him to go to hell. We sent him by taxi to hell. I shouldn't be saying this. Ibrahim ﷺ waited for his father. He was saying, سأستغفر لك ربي. I'll be asking your Lord, I'll be asking Allah to forgive you. He was so covetous for the guidance of his father. But do we have the same thing regarding, only because they're not our relatives, we say let them go to hell? La. No. Especially if we are involved in taqseer, shortness. We don't give the da'wah as should be. Because the Muslim should not be living for himself. You are a person of da'wah. We are the ummah of da'wah. I mean, if those people died as kafir, who do we expect to guide them to Islam? The Buddhists? The Hindus? The Sikh? Who's in charge of giving da'wah and show them the guidance except we Muslims? We're responsible for that. طيب. So what did the Prophet say to Hakim ibn Hizam when Hakim said to him, "O Prophet, I used to be doing some good things, righteous things, and I used to do for the sake of Allah. Like fasting, donating, freeing people, slaves." He said, "Aslamta ala ma aslafta min khayr." You have become Muslim, a cause of righteousness you used to be doing before that. It's beautiful. That's why Allah said to His Prophet ﷺ, فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا فَاعْلَمْ أَنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ أَن يُصِيبَهُم بِبَعْضِ ذُنُوبِهِمْ. O Muhammad, but if they turned away, you should well know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants them to meet simultaneously with their bad, evil deeds. This is a punishment. That means their refusal of guidance also has reasons before. What are their types? They are arrogance. And arrogance is a great sin to Allah. And it causes Allah to deprive a person from guidance because of his arrogance. Look at this horrible ayah. Horrific ayah. سأصرف عن آياتي الذين يتكبرون في الأرض بغير الحق. I will divert from ayat those who are arrogantly behave apart from truth. وَإِن يَرَوْا كُلَّ آيَةٍ لَا يُؤْمِنُوا بِهَا. So, whenever they see any ayah, they don't believe in it. وَإِن يَرَوْا سَبِيلَ الرُّشْدِ لَا يَتَّخِذُوهُ سَبِيلًا. And if they see the way of rectitude, the way of righteousness, the way of truth, the way of guidance, they don't take it away for themselves. وَإِن يَرَوْا سَبِيلَ الْغَيِّ يَتَّخِذُوهُ سَبِيلًا. But if they see the way of misguidance, they take it as a way for themselves. What did Allah say at the beginning of this ayah? I will swerve away, I will divert those arrogant people from my guidance, from my ayah. So be careful. So sometimes people, they decide not to be guided. This is a punishment for Allah because Allah knows them already. They don't want guidance, they're arrogant. So we have to be careful. This should be motivating us to purify ourselves externally and internally. So when you come to prayer, you should know what to do. You came to the masjid not to conduct or to do or to exert or practice a culture that you grew up with. No. You came to melt your heart. You came to smooth your heart, to soften your heart. How? Wallahi, I swear by Allah, there is no time that I hit the target and focus while speaking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because there are people who supposedly speaking to Allah in their prayer, but their hearts are not present. So they don't take the reward of of praying. What is it? I don't mean about inshallah, the reward. Even the Prophet said, you will not be rewarded of your prayer except what you focused on. That's what the Prophet said. But what did I mean by that? Look, every meal, people when they take a meal, don't they enjoy it? Do they? When you take a meal, don't you enjoy it? Yes? Sure. Do you enjoy the meal of prayer? Does the prayer shake your heart? You have to change your way of prayer. Doesn't the Prophet teach us to say at the last stage of our prayer, at the last minutes, last seconds of our prayer, that we give this dua? Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrik wa shukrik wa husni ibad. You should bring a spray to kill cockroaches. Be careful. Fine. Wa husni ibadatik. The Prophet ﷺ encouraged you to make this dua, asking Allah to help you improve your prayer. But if someone came and gave you nasiha about a mistake in your prayer, you may not like it. You may take it as an insult, or no, you don't like it. Wait, 1 second ago, you were asking Allah to help you improving your prayer. Come on. I was pushing someone to fill the gap with his neighbor Muslim in the prayer, and wallah, he became like a truck. I tried to move him, doesn't want to move. And I said to the one on the next, please move him. He stood like he doesn't want to move. I said, leave him. What shall we do? Should we go into fight? Let's leave him here. So, arrogance is a big problem. So this hadith really makes me think that look, Hakim ibn Hizam used to be striving to come to Allah. So Allah knows that he deserved it. So he became Muslim by the previous good, righteous deeds that he used to be doing. Aslamta ala ma aslafta min khayr. What a beautiful hadith. Very summarized and very meaningful at the same time. Wallahi. Let's go to a contradictory case. It's been narrated in Sahih Muslim that the Muslims army and the Kafir army were fighting the whole day. At the end of the day, the Prophet and his army, they wanted to campaign, to take rest, to settle at night. And the other army did the same. But there was a man who doesn't leave any acting soldier in the Kuffar army, but used to be chasing him, killing a lot of numbers of them, chasing them. As described in Sahih Muslim, لا يدع لهم شاذة ولا فاذة إلا تبعها يعمل فيهم القتل. He was killing a lot of kuffar, chasing them. And the companion said, والله ما أجزأ منا أحد اليوم كما أجزأ فلان. Wallahi, none of us had done a great rewardable job as this man did. The Prophet interfered here and said, إن هذا من أهل النار. What? هذا من أهل النار? One of the companions said, أنا صاحبه أبدا. I'm gonna accompany him until the day of judgment. Wallah, I'm not gonna leave him. So he chased him. When that man stop, this companion stop with him. If he run, this companion run with him. He wants to see what happened. So this man got injured. He couldn't bear the injury. فاستعجل الموت. He rushed death. فوضع نصل السيف على الأرض وذبابه بين ثدييه ثم تحامل على السيف فقتل نفسه. He killed himself. He rushed death. He couldn't bear the injury. That was too bad. Yes. Allah didn't want him to bear it because Allah knows what's inside him. While Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala supported and helped Bilal ibn Rabah to overcome the pains and the agonies. See, beyond the external actions, there are secrets that none knows except Allah. الذي يعلم السر وأخفى. So the companion went to the Prophet, saying to him, أشهد إنك رسول الله. The Prophet said, وما ذاك? What is it? He said, the man you mentioned that he is one of the people of hell. He said, what? He said, the companions, they horrified this. They found it very hard that you describe this person with this, that he's one of the people of hell. Then I decided to chase him. Then he described to him what he did. The Prophet said, إن الرجل ليعمل عمل أهل الجنة فيما يبدو للناس وهو من أهل النار وإن الرجل ليعمل عمل أهل النار فيما يبدو للناس وهو من أهل الجنة. Did you understand that, or shall I translate it? Translate it. The man works with the working of people of Jannah, just like the working of people of Jannah, while he is one of the people of hell. And the other person may do the works, the doings of people of hell as it is seen to people, while he is one of the people of Jannah. What does it mean, as if it's seen to people? Yeah, because you don't know what activates inside the heart, what makes the person deserving after kufr to become mu'min. You don't know that. And that's why Allah did not strengthen Abu Talib. Abu Talib, he was defending the Prophet extremely. I mean, no one at that time was ever able to defend the Prophet ﷺ just like Abu Talib. But he didn't want Islam. It's a tribal matter to him to defend Rasulullah ﷺ tribally, not for the sake of Allah. So Allah knew his intention, and Allah did not strengthen him. So he knew what we don't. We judge externally about what our eyes see, but we don't have another eye. I mean, I'm not wishing to have a third eye, to see what's inside the heart. We don't have that. So sometimes our judgment is not correct. And there's a benefit here that the action of the heart is more important than the action of the body. And both are important. But the heart, because the hearts have actions, not only the hands and the legs and the tongue. No, the heart has actions. The heart has eyes, not like this, to see the guidance. Do you know that? Basair, not absar, basair. There is a sight inside the heart. So the heart can see guidance. Hubbullah, loving Allah, is an action of the heart. Fearing Allah is an action of the heart. Hoping Allah is the action of the heart. Depending on Allah, responding to Allah, monotheistically worshipping Allah sincerely, ikhlas, this is the action of the heart. These things you don't see. What you see is the external thing of the person, not the internal. So what is the benefit now? I'm not going to take your time much. I want to remind you and myself about the importance of purifying yourself internally and externally. And when you come to Allah, enjoy speaking to Allah. Because there are many people, when they pray, they think about everything except that Allah is looking at him, hearing him, knowing his intention. That doesn't come to his mind. He just pray and then Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Do you feel anything, any change in your heart? La wallah. So why did you come? It's just like a husband. His wife said to him, go to Asda, bring me this and that, this and that, this and that. He went, but he did not buy anything. What? Did you go to Asda? Yes. Did you bring the thing? No. Why? Isn't it enough that I went to, you said go to Asda and I went. Yeah, but I told you go to Asda and bring things with you. Not only to go just like that. You went empty and you came back empty. How many people, they enter the prayer, their hearts are empty. They ended the prayer while their hearts are still empty the same. That's why these kinds of prayers, do not forbid the evil and do not encourage the good. But Allah said, Inna salata tanha anil fahsha. Why did it not forbid the person from the fahsha and munkar? There's a problem in his prayer. The prayer is a meal, spiritual meal. That meal can fill your heart with delight and softness. That's why people, they have this solidness in their hearts. They did not sample this delight of the prayer. Change your prayer. Improve your prayer. Make it better. Try and come back to me. I'm sure you're going to say to me, Alhamdulillah, the type of the prayer I'm performing now is different than before. So the prayer, it has external side and internal side. There are people who maintain the external side. Okay, the body is taking direction, but the heart is not. Life, a small thing, just like that, life is influencing, occupying his mind. That mind should be occupied, should be filled with the affairs, the matters of the hereafter, of the upper world. But this small, tiny life is taking his whole mind. That's a big mistake. You have to be careful. That is why the Prophet ﷺ said, he was asked, أَنُؤَاخَذُ بِمَا عَمِلْنَا فِي الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ. They said, "Oh Prophet, will we be blamed for what we have done in Jahiliyyah?" Well, this hadith is as they say, creepy, scary. Are we blamed for what we have done in Jahiliyyah? He said, as for those who had done good in Islam, they won't be asked about what they have done in Jahiliyyah. But who have done it badly after he became Muslim, he will be taken by what he did in Islam and what he did in Jahiliyyah. Amazing hadith. Hadith in Sahih Muslim. What did the scholars say? I was watching this because it's good to see what did the scholars say about this hadith. So if I did bad after I repented and I went to Islam, so the same bad things that I was doing before Islam, I'll be asked for that as well? Let's see. Scholars said, المراد بالإحسان هنا الدخول في الإسلام بالظاهر والباطن جميعا. To be a good Muslim is that he turn to Islam, revert to Islam externally and internally both. وأن يكون مسلما حقيقيا, and he should be a truly Muslim. فهذا يغفر له ما سلف في الكفر. So this person will be forgiven what he had previously had done in his age of kufr. And that is supported by the Quran and the hadith of Rasulullah ﷺ and the consensus of all the scholars. But what was meant by أساء, he made it wrong. عدم الدخول في الإسلام بقلب منقاد لله عز وجل. That he entered Islam but not by a submissive heart to Islam. مظهرا للشهادتين, revealing the two shahada. غير معتقد للإسلام بقلبه, not believing in Islam internally. فهذا باق على كفره فيؤاخذ بما عمل في الجاهلية وما عمل في الإسلام. It's just like Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul. It's an amazing story. Sa'ad, I think Ibn Ubadah, I think, or Ibn Mu'adh, I don't remember now, I think Mu'adh. He said to Rasulullah ﷺ after the Prophet was in Medina, he said, "O Prophet, let's make a visit to Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul, because at that time he was considered to be the Amir of Medina before the coming of the Prophet ﷺ. He was considered to be the Amir, as they say, Amir of Medina. طيب, okay. Yeah, he was selected, he was nominated to be the leader of Medina, but his throat was choked with the coming of Rasulullah ﷺ. When the Prophet came to Medina, as if they said to Abdullah, "Who are you? Get lost." And now the Prophet is here. Who are you? So his heart was filled with hatred to Rasulullah ﷺ, who caused him to lose this mansib, this position that he was striving to get. So the Prophet, as he was passing by, he arrived to Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul. Then Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul went like this. لا تغبروا علينا. Don't make it dusty over us. That shows the hatred. That's number one. Number two, the Prophet came, started to read Quran and give his advice. Then this Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul said, أيها المرء أيها المرء يا خبيث أيها المرء, يعني, oh guy, أيها المرء. He's Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم. أيها المرء لا أحسن ما قل لا أحسن مما قل. There is nothing better than what you said. But get back home. And if some people wanted guidance from you, let them knock their door and enter your house. And don't come to our assemblies here disturbing us. Then I forgot his name, the companion. I can bring it in a second. I can bring it to you. Yeah. Abdullah bin Rawaha. He said, "O Prophet of Allah, come to our assemblies and give us nasiha, because wallahi we love that." May Allah reward him. What a great companion. And it seems that the cattle of Rasulullah farted, and Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul hated it, and he spoke some bad words. Then one of the companions said, I swear by Allah that the farting of the cattle of Rasulullah is better than you. And here they started to fight. There was some good Muslims that tribally, fanatically, they had to defend Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul while they're Muslims. So the Prophet said to Sa'ad, "Oh Sa'ad, do you see what Abu al-Hubab did?" He said, "Ya Rasulullah, forgive him. He was nominated to be the leader of Medina, and all people selected him to be that person, but your coming was a choke for him. Forgive him, O Rasulullah." Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbade him, forgave, until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it. So you can see this person, he wasn't internally maintained. Yeah, this hadith, this session now is very important for us to purify our internal, internal what? Selves. Not only to maintain the apparent thing or side of us, no, but the internal side of us, lest we fall in this hypocrisy. You have to improve yourself, and the best improvement for your heart is that standing before Allah. It is the stand of honor before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is nothing better for you in this whole life than this standing before Allah. Don't let shaitan be stronger than you. Shame on you if the weak one frustrated you. Allah described in the Quran, إِنَّ كَيْدَ الشَّيْطَانِ كَانَ قَوِيًّا. Is that right? ضعيفا. and he defeated you. The believer should be stronger. So what should I do? You have to strive in your prayer. Jihad. There are people who, they talk about jihad like that. Jihad. Yeah, don't forget this. Jihad in your prayer. You are in jihad in your prayer against this devil. You are making jihad. Otherwise you're losing. You are losing. There's a great attainment. There's a great delight inside that prayer. When you stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do you know that Allah stands between you and Qibla in your prayer? Have you heard of this before? He is. The Prophet ﷺ said, if one of you is standing in his prayer like this, don't let him spit in front of him, because Allah is in front of him. And even in Sahih Bukhari, for Allah is between him and his Qibla. So Allah is talking about direction. No one should be saying to you, oh, you're making Allah in direction. Shut up. The Prophet said it. You shut up your mouth. When the Prophet says something, you shut up your mouth. The Prophet's talking about direction. That's why he said, don't let him spit if he has to spit. Don't let him spit in front of him or on his right side. Either the left, or let him throw it and put it under his left leg. Left. He's talking about direction. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is standing between you and your Qibla. But how? We are many. How can Allah be? لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. This is an unseen thing that you don't know about. Is the hadith sahih? Yes, I believe it. But how can I believe it? Or the kafir may say, oh, I believe these things. Oh, yeah, used to be mocking us when our Quran said that the ants speak. The ants speak. And used to be mocking us. The ants speak, look at your Quran. And now they had to say it humbly. Yes. After we brought these very tiny, sensitive microphones. and we made our tests, we recognized it. It became so clear that the ants speak. Allah put the challenge in the Quran. It is not hard for the disbeliever to come and look for what he thinks it to be hoax. There is the surah is entitled with what? An-Naml, the ants. You want to go ahead and see that the whole surah is titled by the ant. The iron that Allah sent, the iron descended it into the earth. Before they didn't believe it. They used to believe that the iron is built in since the earth was no. It was descended into it, and the science today had to confess this fact. Many. I'm not gonna drift you with all of that. But the one who said that Allah is between you and your Qibla is the one whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to him all of these scientific miracles that disbelievers say, it's true. We can't say no. Just like what happened, I'll end with this. What happened between Abu Jahl and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He used to mock the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and yaghmiz. You know, they make some funny words to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet keeps patient. That was in Mecca. Then Abu Jahl saw the Prophet in the morning. Oh, Muhammad, is anything important happened today? Muhammad? He said, yes. What? I was taken to Bayt al-Maqdis. And you're here now? When you were taken to Bayt al-Maqdis? He said, this night. And you're here now? He said, yes. Muhammad, don't go anywhere. Okay, you promise me? You stay here. I'll be back to you. Just some minutes. The Prophet said, okay. No problem. He started to collect all the tribes. Ya Bani Abd Manaf, Ya Bani Hashim, Ya Bani. He called all the tribes. Come, Muhammad has good news for you today. All people gathered, surrounded Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Jahl said, Muhammad, can you repeat to me what you said to me a while ago? Don't forget. He was afraid. He was afraid that the Prophet will be changing his words. And he was hoping that the Prophet would be changing. He said, yes. He said, can you mention? He said, yes. I was taken to Bayt al-Maqdis. All people said, but as one person, and you're back now? He said, yes. Some of them, they went like this. Oh my God. Some new converts. They said, sorry Muhammad, take your bay'ah. We're not Muslims anymore. Alas. They said, all right, describe to us Bayt al-Maqdis. The Prophet said, there is no moment that was ever more critical to me than this moment, because I don't remember anything. It was night journey. I don't remember anything. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what shall we say? A video, reviewing, rewind the play. It was rewinded to him. At the wall of Abu Talib, in front of the Kaaba, at the wall of Abu Talib, the house of Abu Talib, the Prophet started to describe to them every single thing in Bayt al-Maqdis. One of the people before that, one of the people said, all right, I know Bayt al-Maqdis, I know it very well, I've been there many times. Go ahead, Muhammad, describe to me what you saw. And the Prophet described to him everything. What was their reaction? They start to hit their heads like this. As for the description, is 100% true, mutabiq. But as to believe it, we can't believe it. So, what I want you to take as a good, inshallah, reminder in this halaqah is to try to improve yourself externally and internally. This cultural kind of prayer doesn't change you. I know may Allah reward you. You're coming, you're making efforts, you're praying. But that doesn't really help much. What really helps is that you improve yourself internally and externally in your prayer. Wallahi, I guarantee to you that your type of prayer will change, and your commitment to Allah and His deen will be changing. I guarantee that to you. Let me end here. Inshallah, next time we continue some good reminders, spiritual reminders, because we need that. Many people don't have these kinds of details. They come and they speak 2-3 words at the same, just like your prayer, and say, "Did that benefit me?" Nothing. Yeah, the one who doesn't have can't give. As for us, you know what's my task? Is to keep myself always sticking to the book and to Muslim and Bukhari day and night. So when I come here, I'll be helpful. I'll be beneficial. I don't like those, I don't know how to describe these kinds of people who they come to give da'wah and they don't make any effect. Wallahi, when I come to give khutbah, my big concern is how to change those people, how to make them better. Oh, by the way, your prayer should be also consisting a concern in you. That will be changing your prayer. That you have fear. What if Allah did not accept my prayer? What if He didn't? There's no compromise with Allah. I mean, there was a person beside the Prophet ﷺ, and he was praying, and then the Prophet said to him, "Qum fasalli fa innaka lam tusalli." Then he stood up and repeated his prayer. Then when he finished, the Prophet said, "Qum fasalli fa innaka lam tusalli." Stand up and pray, for you did not pray. At the third time, he said the same thing to him. He repeated his prayer for the third time, and the Prophet for the third time said to him, "Qum fasalli fa innaka lam tusalli." Then the man said, "Oh, Messenger of Allah, I swear by the one who sent you by truth, I can't do any better than that." Then the Prophet ﷺ described to him the perfect prayer that he should be performing. When this ayah was revealed, وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْتُونَ مَا آتَوا وَقُلُوبُهُمْ وَجِلَةٌ أَنَّهُمْ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ رَاجِعُونَ أُولَٰئِكَ يُسَارِعُونَ فِي الْخَيْرَاتِ وَهُمْ لَهَا سَابِقُونَ. They conduct, they exert their worship, they do what they do, but they have a fear. Their hearts have fear. Aisha radiallahu anha said, "Oh Prophet, who are those?" Those who commit adultery and they fear that Allah may not forgive them. Those who steal and they fear that Allah may not forgive them, that Allah may punish them. He said, "No, O daughter of a Siddiq. Those are those who do the good and they fear that Allah may not accept it." That's why the Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam, coming back to the subject of the ant, when he heard the ant speaks, he said, "Rabbi awzani." Oh no. When he saw the throne of the Queen of Sheba was brought to him, he said, This is the grace of my Lord to test me. ذلك من فضل ربي ليبلوني. Is that right? أأشكر أم أكفر? No. Another ayah. He said, ربي أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي. Oh Allah, grant me your support and help to be thankful to you for the grace you have granted to me and my parents. وأن أعمل صالحا, and I do a good. Is that the end of the ayah? وأن أعمل, is there ترضى? Yeah, ترضى. This is what is considered that Allah approves your prayer. Tell me about the beatings of your heart when you stand at the cashier place, fearing that the money you have and your credit may not be enough. So the result will be printed out. Decline. Decline? Why? Why it was declined? You did not have enough credit. What about my prayer? You know, people do, Yalla, we did it, khalas. What is mostly important is that we did it, La. There is something similar to that. You may get declined result or approved result in your prayer. That's why those, when they were praying, fasting, doing the good thing at the same time, they had fear that it may not be accepted. Two types of people did some righteous deeds to get closer to Allah. It was accepted of one of them, but it was rejected from the other one. Who are those two? The two sons of Adam. The bad son was envious. He was angry. His heart was filled of hatred to his brother. Why? His qurban was approved, but my qurban was not approved. What did his brother say? إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ Try to be of the muttaqeen. So what you do for the sake of Allah, to please Allah, it will be accepted of you. So don't forget these two reminders. Sulaiman said, help me to be thankful to you and to do good which will make you pleased with me. You'll be pleased with my work. Not only to do good. How many people they do good but it's not accepted of them? And try to be among the muttaqeen. When you are of the muttaqeen, that will help much for your good works to be accepted. I think I've taken you for a long time. That's enough for tonight. جزاكم الله خيرا وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. And if you have question, you may ask. Any question? Bismillah, mashallah, you know everything. You don't need that Shaykh anymore. Bismillah, mashallah. Allah, come and take my place if you don't need any question. جزاكم الله خيرا. That's enough. تفضل شيخ.
In the same mosque, the people they don't accept, they do separate. And when you go to them, they just move away from you.
It will separate between their hearts. When they separate the legs, it will affect the hearts. That's what the Prophet said. عباد الله لتسون صفوفكم أو ليخالفن الله بين وجوهكم. In another narration, بين قلوبكم. That will be affecting the love between the Muslims. If they don't stick those will not be sticking. That's what the Prophet said, not me.
In their madhab, they have maybe some hadiths because the ulama is there. There are many people, many Muslims.
I haven't come across their dalil, but I have the hadith of Rasulullah, and I have the understanding of the Sahaba. Jabir bin Abdullah, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, Anas bin Malik, they said, after this warning the Prophet gave, we used to be sticking the foot to the foot and here. What do you call that? A saq. The leg, right? And the shoulder to the shoulder. 3. And that's why Al-Bukhari titled it like this. Bab ilsaq al-qadamain wa al-katifain. Al-Bukhari put that title, sticking the shoulder, the leg and the foot, sticking it to one another. So Anas said, after this warning, we used to do that. That means this is what they understood. So what interests me, what is considered to me, is what the companions understood. Because, some people may say, are you better than this scholar? Huh? Yeah, come on, tell us you are better than him. Do you know better than him? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَيَوْمَ يُنَادِيهِمْ فَيَقُولُ مَاذَا أَجَبْتُمْ what? Abu Hanifa, Shafi'i, Malik, those are great scholars, there's no doubt. But what you'll be asked about at the Day of Judgment, what was your response to the messenger? Suppose I disagreed with this scholar because this hadith of Rasulullah was so clear to me. And I followed it. And I did not follow that scholar. Will Allah be punishing me? I'll be saying, oh Allah, your Prophet said that to me. Will Allah be? Even if I'm mistaken, Allah may forgive me. Why? Because I have followed the clear hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How will Allah be blaming me? No. So remember this ayah. وَيَوْمَ يُنَادِيهِمْ, and at that day He's going to be calling them, asking them, how was your response to the messengers? So if the Prophet said something, I'll be asked by Allah about my response to it, not anyone else. Yes.
Yeah, we know that prayer is about concentration and khushu'. So, and less action which can disrupt you. So what about when people praying and they have a must-have, especially during Tarawih?
They have what?
When you prayer with must-have during Tarawih.
Look, Akhi, you know why? No offense, huh? I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to attack you. But I'm going to say, still there's a blame on you. You know why? There are people who there was a need for members to be cut off. And they said, wait until I engage myself in the prayer. So this is the right time for you to cut off my member. But there's the least thing now, it may disturb us. Did you get my point?
No.
Oh, it's good. You spoke the truth. The least thing will be distracting us in our prayer. Because we're not focusing, we're not going deeply in our prayer. Some scholars, it's true story, that his leg needed to be cut off. And he said, wait until I get into the prayer. Because scholars say, الصلاة من الآخرة فإذا دخلت فيها خرجت من الدنيا. Scholars say, the salah is a part of akhirah. When you engage yourself in it, you have ousted yourself already from life. And the Prophet said, إِنَّ فِي الصَّلَاةِ لَشُغْلًا. In the prayer, there is something to make the person busy. Yeah. To the Prophet, at the time of the Prophet, make them busy with Allah than life. Today is the opposite. It makes us busy. Life is make us busy from the prayer we're performing. Yes.
Sheikh, sorry, you mentioned about the food thing. The
Mm.
reason why people tend, myself included, I tend to move away because it's all right if anyone puts their foot on your foot, no problem there. But they keep fiddling and they disturb you.
Oh, there's difference between sticking and crushing.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you, Allah. Because once when I pray beside someone, and some people, mashallah, Allah given them good body. They are bodybuilders, mashallah, bodyguards. And when he stick his foot to your foot, he crush your foot. Be smooth. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, خيركم ألينكم منكبا في الصلاة. The best among you are those with the smoothest shoulders in the. And that means also to the Prophet that shoulders should be to shoulders. So as your shoulders should be smooth, I know that Allah had given some people, mashallah, big muscles, you know. So they should be dealing smoothly. When they touch you, there's difference between touching and crushing. And some people, they are just like my Mercedes car. They have 4 senses. So when someone touch, your alarms start, your sensors start to, give alarms. One person said to me, Yahi, why you're sticking, my foot run away from you and you keep chasing me. I said, because I love you. I love you. Because the Prophet taught us that sticking your foot to his foot, it will cause love and more unity between the Muslims. You know, there are people who keep talking, shedding crocodile tears about the unity of the ummah. Wallahi, you should be united, ya akhi. Wallahi. Like, stick your foot to his foot. No, this is not from my madhab. My madhab is different. Your madhab is the madhab of Rasulullah. This is my madhab, ya akhi. Any other question? We'll begin, inshallah, then we come back to you. So,
And you know, when you're talking about killing the heart, you say Abu Talib, he was defending the Prophet because of tribal thing, because he was his uncle.
the heart was not going with the action.
How do you clean your heart? Is something God gift from God, Allah, or is there something you can do yourself?
This is a long, it takes many lectures, but today's lecture was about that. Let's begin with the prayer, okay? Try to forget everything in the prayer except Allah. Get into the prayer with this sincerity, and there is a joy. Look, let me give you this. Good you asked this question. Aren't we told that the most delightful thing to you believer, is what? What is the most delightful thing to you? Jannah, right? Huh? Is there anything more? Huh? Yeah, you missed this. Allah will be saying to the people of Jannah, "Oh people of Jannah, there is a promise that I have given you, in which I want to fulfill to you." They will be saying, "Oh Allah, is there anything better than that? Didn't you forgive us our sins? Didn't you save us from hell? Didn't you admit us to Jannah? What is better than that?" Then Allah will be releasing the veil between Him and them. And at the moment when they see Allah, they will be forgetting everything in Jannah. So seeing Allah is delightful, isn't it? And by Allah, speaking to Allah in your prayer is a branch of that delight. Yeah. So taste it. There's good thing in your contact with Allah, it softens your heart. So, but since we don't have that meaning, we did not go in our prayer to this extent. Did you have flu before? When was the last time you had flu?
4 weeks ago.
Did you enjoy eating food at that time? Most of those who pray, they have flu. They have flu prayer. Do you have network in your house? Networking. Do you have net praying? Do you establish net praying in your prayer?
What? Night prayer.
Net prayer. Do you have networking in your phone?
Yeah.
Is there any networking in your prayer with Allah? There's no postcode, there's no password?
Connection between you and Allah. When you pray.
There's no password for the connection. The password is the prayer. Once you get in, you will enjoy the networking between you and Allah. Seclusion. Salam. سؤالان.
ما الفرق بين البلاء والابتلاء؟ والسؤال الثاني ما قولكم في قوله اتقوا الله ما استطعتم.
فاتقوا الله.
ما الفرق بين البلاء والابتلاء؟ هذا السؤال الأول. والسؤال الثاني ما قولكم في قوله اتقوا الله ما استطعتم.
فاتقوا.
فاتقوا الله ما استطعتم.
البلاء والابتلاء بمعنى واحد، لكن البلاء is the test in general. الابتلاء is the one who the bala is falling on him. Ibtila. You have been tested with. So ibtila means to be tested, to be prone to test. Ibtila. Bala is the test in general. But the two, they go to the same meaning. They're the same. Bala and ibtila. You're talking about the same word, but ibtila means to be prone, subjected to the test. Ibtila.
بعض الناس يقول البلاء يسقط على الأمة، بين الابتلاء يسقط على الفرد. البلاء يسقط على الأمة، ولكن الابتلاء يسقط على الفرد. بعض الناس
لا 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 لا. Just like one of the companions said, فَابْتُلِينَا فَابْتُلِينَا. You know, that reminds me of the hadith, alaykum salam. Is this masjid or musalla? قم فصلي فإن لا ما في فإنك مصلي. Usually the Prophet said, if anyone enter the masjid, let him not sit down before making 2 rak'ah.
I heard it, yeah.
Jazakallah khair. Okay. Barakallahu feek. Yeah. So, the Prophet ﷺ said, احصوا لي كم يلفظ الإسلام. He said to his companions, count for me how many are those who uttered the Shahada of Islam. Then they said, يا رسول الله أتخاف علينا ونحن بين 600 إلى 700. They said, oh Prophet, are you have fears about us and we are between 600 and 700? The Prophet said, عليه الصلاة والسلام, إنكم لا تدرون لعلكم أن تبتلوا. He said, you do not know. You may be prone to test. تبتلوا. قال فابتلينا. The narrator, I think his name is Sa'd. He said, فابتلينا, we were prone to the test. فجعل الرجل منا لا يصلي في بيته إلا سرا. To the extent that the person of us was praying in his house, nothing but secretly. فابتلينا. So ibtila, that means to subject someone in the test. They both lead to the same meaning. فاتقوا الله ما استطعتم. It doesn't contradict with لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. No. Because it means fear Allah as much as you can. فاتقوا الله ما استطعتم. It doesn't mean it's okay if you don't fear Allah, if you can't fear Allah. No. That means, in general, strive your utmost to fear Allah. Try your utmost. Strive in fearing Allah, because fearing Allah, in many cases, it requires you to give your struggle. It's not easy sometimes. I mean, to see beautiful things on the street. Yani, subhanallah, some people do not reach the masjid, but their shoulders will be filled with sayyat because of what they see on the way. But remember the beauty of the woman of Jannah. How many people will be in Jannah? I mean, women more than men or men more than women? Huh? Men are more than women, is that right? That's why Abu Huraira said, if everyone has 2 wives, so how come men will be more than women? Abu Huraira said that. But there's a horrifying hadith. The Prophet ﷺ said, I looked at Jannah and I found most of its inhabitants are masakin. And I stood at the door, at the gate of Nar, and I found most of its inhabitants are women. Who told them to wear short pants and to seduce people to corruption? I mean, when you talk about fitna, this, wallahi, by Allah, this is the greatest fitna. This is the greatest fitna. And the mu'min is really hesitant. How to combine between these 2 things, to fear Allah and to see these attractive things. It's difficult. But there's nothing for free. Ittaqillah mastata'at. You know why? Because today, if you could not fear Allah, don't say, I can't fear Allah and khalas, that's all. La. You should strive and try your best. Don't say, I can't, khalas, then I fall in the... La, you should try your best as much as you can. If there's something that you cannot, try. We may skip. We may slip. We have to try to make it again. Don't let the ant be better than you. You know, they say that there was a Roman leader in the fight. He failed. As he was so sad, sitting like this, he watched an ant that went over and over to the wall, and it fell down. Then it went up again, then fell down, then went up again. He took a lesson from an ant. He repeated his fight, and he succeeded. So you have to strive. This is Jannah. At least, my brother Muslim, die while you are striving. At least. If you cannot achieve, at least die while you're striving. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. As for those who strive for us, for our cause, we will be guiding them to our way. And Allah is with those good doers. So you're struggling to fear Allah is a good doing. And hopefully that Allah then afterwards, after you struggle and repeat your struggle, Allah will guide you to His way. InshaAllah. خلاص. متى الأذان؟ 9:15 الآن؟ توكل على الله. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. If you reach a certain degree of khushu', should you show it?
We have achieved a certain degree of khushu'.
Of khushu', yes.
Holy Prophet basically.
Ah.
Should we not then turn our attention to invite other people to salah?
Okay, so I got your question. If you reach a certain level of khushu' in your prayer, should we what?
Not invite others to salah?
Should we not invite others to salah? Did anyone understand the question? No.
There is a situation in this masjid, people are praying regularly.
Ah.
And I can assure you there are others who don't
Don't pray.
pray.
طبعا you should invite people to pray if you know this is a great munkar, and you should not just let it pass like this. No. Advice is very important, but even sometimes people fail in the kind of advice they give. They don't give it properly. Their approach may be wrong. Their knowledge about what they advise may be wrong. So we have to do it in the proper way. But if you see any problem like that, you should not be leaving it like this. No. You forward it immediately, instantly to the administration here. And any mistake happen, any problem happen in the masjid, it should not be declared. And no one should be standing in the masjid and say, oh, there's a... No. You have to deal with things wisely. And don't publicize it like this. Just go to the administration and tell them. If you failed and you couldn't do anything, at least you say what the Prophet said, Allahumma ballaght, Allahumma fashhad. Oh Allah, I have conveyed, I have done it. Oh Allah, be witness. Okay? Is that clear to you? Alhamdulillah. Barakallah feek. Tafadhal, Shaykh.
Is it permissible to eat standing?
To?
Eat or drink standing? Permissible at all?
As to drink, no. Especially, it becomes worse if you can sit down, but you insist to drink while standing. There's an authentic hadith. When the Prophet ﷺ saw a man drinking while standing, he said, "Do you like it that the cat drinks with you?" He said, "No." He said, There's one person that had shared with you in drinking, the devil, because he was drinking while standing. So the Prophet mentioned this. There's another hadith, The Prophet said, if you deliberately and stand and drink, vomit. But there's another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ in Mina, I think, he wanted to show people that it's better to drink and eat. You're about to meet with your enemy next day. So he was drinking, ﷺ, to show them. He drank while standing. And Ali radiallahu anhu, there's authentic hadith that he said, yes, it's not haram. It is not haram to drink while standing. But it's highly, extremely hated. Okay? As for drink, this is for drinking. As for food, I did not have any hadith specifically condemning those who eat while standing. I haven't seen, except narration that I cannot verify whether it's authentic or not, that Anas was asked about eating while standing. He said it is even worse than drinking while standing. Allahu Alam, I can't make it clear to you because I haven't checked it. But as for drinking, yes, it's extremely hated. And there is nothing that the Prophet said don't do, but scientifically you will find out that it has something to do with your health as well. The Prophet said about drinking like this 3 times while you take breath. He said, فَإِنَّهُ أَهْنَ وَأَمْرَ وَأَبْرَأ. أَهْنَ أَمْرَ أَبْرَأ. 3 benefits for drinking while sitting. And he, by the way, he didn't like it that we take the big jug of water, as they call it in Arabic, اختناث الإناء. This is اختناث الإناء. That means to drink like this. Like that. And many times I was choked while I was drinking like this. And when you drink just on that way, this way, it is really more amra. It's better for you digesting. The way you digest the water, you swallow it. It's much better. Any other question? We still have 1 minute. No questions? Let's pray, inshallah. Tawakkal Allah.